Hush versus Ein to finish the day off. So, they're not bovine. There we go. Fix that. To the bottom side of Varney Research Station. Back onto Varney. After, we're back onto Varney after finishing the TvT off on it. And so to the south side, we're going to be starting with our blue Protoss player. It is Hush. He's going to be going up against the red Terran to the north side of Varney Research Station. It's INnoVation. So we set up here. Into game number 1 of this best of 3. So we set up in the game 1 of this best of 3. We see a barracks is starting to build up on the main base, and nothing really too crazy about that. It is Gas first Reaper based player coming out of Inno here, and he is rallied to take that expansion. So it is going to be a Reaper based expansion and a fast factory follow up. So setting up into this. And yeah, gonna put the CC down. Now we'll wait to see what happens from Hush as well. Obviously his expansion is on the way. He'll generally be the player to maybe make the first interesting move in terms of what tech goes down. I mean, we expect the factory, we expect the starport from INnoVation, but I guess we sort of watch to see whether we're going to be seeing a proper kind of normal build from Hush, whether he's going to go Stargate. Get a bit of an idea of that, and then we'll sort of see what exactly INnoVation decides to build up for himself over the next few moments. So, setting up, seeing how things are going to go. Factory just building up here as we mentioned before. Yeah, we wait and see. Robo facility is actually going to be the first building out of Hush here, which is of interest. So, you can see the robo facility coming down, which allows, obviously, the warp prism to come out early, the observers to help against widow mine drops, which is what INnoVation begins to set up into that first widow mine, starting to build out of the factory. That's to some extent sort of a safety mine as well, helps him against an early oracle or anything like that. So, just keeps him safe here in the early stages. You can see that INnoVation scoured in a little bit with this Reaper so far, but hasn't really seen a lot. He doesn't. Shut up, Diva. Doesn't think. I don't think he realizes just how close he could be to spotting that Robo facility, which is actually a pretty big deal. Like Robo before Twilight's pretty different. It's not a Stargate as well, so it's good information. If you could see the Robo this early, it would mean a lot in terms of how aggressive he could be. That he doesn't have to worry about the Widow Mine coming across the map anytime soon and stuff like that. So. It does mean a couple of different things here as we see this observer about to pop. I'm going to start heading up towards the top side as we can see these two Widow Mines. I'm going to start heading down to the south in this medevac as well. So these two Widow Mines will head down to the south, and while this is going on, we're going to see another grenade going down. And those stalkers getting blasted up into the skies for a couple of moments. I'm just going to see a couple of these gates starting to morph into warp gates here as well. So starting to morph into warp gates, we're going to be seeing these two Widow Mines when the medevacs will drop down and just try and get some damage. First one will fall, the second one will connect. Just in the end on 2 workers. Wow, that was very close though. It went off just as it died, so very close to not getting anything done at all. The observer overhead definitely helping out with that as we see. And at the same time, the Reaper coming in towards the main drops a grenade. Actually, an overcharge gets put down to deal with it, but it does manage to just about squeak away. So Reaper staying alive as well. As INnoVation going to go for a tank follow-up, it seems. Whether this is just a couple of tanks to keep him safe or what exactly the plan is, I guess we'll see. I'll see if he wants to attack. His medevac survived, right? So I'm surprised he didn't make a second medevac. He doesn't have the gas for it. I thought he would have done though. So make a second medevac and then attack with 2 medevacs. Might just attack with 1 medevac here and move across the map. He might just not attack at all. His third rack's coming in as well, so just setting up into all of this right now. 2 more gases on the natural as well as he sets up. Engineering Bay of +1 on the way. Stim's coming up. And again, combat shields is not too far off either. So lots of this going to continue to come into the game as we see Blink is on the way now from our Protoss player. We're going to see +1 attack. We're going to see the Immortals on the way out of this robo facility as well. And just there's one extra pylon position to the right-hand side of the natural expansion. So just one extra pylon position over here. Nexus starts up from Hush on the third base. So just going to take this already as INnoVation once again is finding observers around the map. We saw him with some pretty sick observer snipes against Scion already today. So obviously his anti-observer game is on point. Rip me observing this game. INnoVation. Surprised he hasn't come and sniped me down just yet. God damn it. Is this ring going to be continue to come down to the bottom side? Just going to scout around a little bit here, trying to figure out what's going on. Trying to figure it out and see what's up, see what's happening. Stroke is going to be able to pick that off, the Immortals helping as well. Yeah, I mean, a few Marines, a couple of Marauds moving out on the map, a couple of tanks as well. This Observer still overhead. As you just see the Warp. I'm going to be finishing up in a few moments' time. Blink will finish too. And the +1/+1 upgrades from Hush are not too far away. INnoVation coming down to the south. And this is him finally going for this attack. So he was just waiting for his upgrades to kick in before he wanted to get aggressive, it seems. And now its upgrades are finished. It is indeed time for him to get aggressive. So down to the bottom right we go, and we're just going to be seeing the few units here from Hush actually in the center. And this is really awkward because Hush is right out in the middle of the map. INnoVation, they're sort of like on either side of this little rock here, which is maybe creating a couple of issues for both players. The tank's going to be a little bit away as well, and Liberator now coming across too. There's a very similar attack to what we've seen INnoVation doing earlier today against Scion and Echo especially, as we see. He's not going to be able to do too much more. Does he have Blink? He does, so he does have that for the Stalkers if he wants to utilize it. Tank's going to siege up again. Hush still kind of gritting this army out in the middle of the map with this army of his own. Still out here towards the center. Tank's going to unsiege. Widowmines will burrow as well once again. And these units of Hush still just looking around, looking to find an opportunity. Another Sky's going to find a few Zealots reinforcing. INnoVation just wants to know what exactly he's walking in towards. These Zealots I'm not too sure about because they're going to go down so quickly. No charge on them either. They don't even begin to connect. I mean, they still got a couple of Widowmine shots, but that's about it. Nice tank fire onto the Immortals as well. Great target fire in there actually from INnoVation to make sure he's always targeting the most valuable things with the tanks. That's something we're seeing a lot more of since the tank attacks got removed. The tanks, because they're more powerful, people really kind of taking the time to target fire with them and to pick off the units which are most essential. And that's going to be GG. INnoVation takes game number 1 against Hush, and he makes... Let's introduce the players to the top left side of the map. Blue Protoss down a game. Can he bounce back? Going to be difficult. It is Hush. Does he have it in him to take a map off INnoVation to take us to a third game for the first time today in the Leifeng Cup? Do you have a third game at any point during the IM qualifier? I actually really don't know. I really don't know. Alright, well. We're starting up into this. Going to see Iraq's coming down for INnoVation in the main, and just going into gas first racks. So again, gas first Reaper. Expand probably coming out of him to set on up in the early stages. And yeah, across the map as well, just going to be seeing probably a gateway-based expansion here in the next few moments too. So, setting up into this, guys, waiting to see what happens, waiting to see what's going to go on. And as we just see the gate coming up, Nexus drops down, CC will drop down as well. Nice slow start to the TvP. This game is reflecting my feelings right now, a little bit slow, not my feelings but my mind, like a little bit slow, a little bit steady, doesn't want anything hectic to happen. Just wants to chill out a little bit. That's exactly how this game is going right now. Who's excited for the WardiTV Team League, by the way? That starts next week. Super excited for that. Super hyped. Really, really excited because that's going to be next week from Monday onwards. I guess we might not have the first set of matches on Monday, but you know, we'll have them at some point. And there's going to be some really, really great games. So looking forward to them. Hope you guys are going to be looking forward to them as well. As we do set up with the probe going down the main base here. As we're just going to start scouting around. But yeah, Team League, just very quickly to wrap up my thoughts properly, I mean, you guys are going to give us something to stream through the evenings much more frequently as well, so that means we're going to have way more casts for you guys, way more StarCraft action on the channel. So if you do enjoy the casting or the content in general, don't forget that follow button. And don't forget to hit subscribe everywhere as well. Follow, like us, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Twitch. Give us some dollar to help us fund the Team League, to help us keep on bringing you guys the action and to keep on casting every day. So I can eat, so I can pay rent, that sort of thing. Always appreciated. Gotta go full sellout sometimes, right? And just keep on mentioning it. Just keep on going full sellout. Not quite full sellout, not just yet. I'll go full sellout someday, boys. Someday, in December, we will. Full sellout mode is coming. The sub mystery is coming back. If you guys remember, we were here last year. You'll know what the sub mystery is. That is what we call going full sellout, I think. Not full sellout, but fairly full sellout. Anyways, Reaper is just going to be moving forwards here from INnoVation. And it's just going to sit at the front. 3 extra gates coming down from Hush, which is a little bit interesting. He's got a Warp Prism as well. He actually hasn't built any more probes. He's essentially just going to rush out like a 4-gate player here. Very interesting. No probes at all on the natural expansion, so he's just going to go super aggressive. And INnoVation, well, what do they have to defend this? Well, he's actually going to be walking into this aggression with his Marines and Widowmine drop. That's not the best of ways for him to start here right from the get-go. And as we're going to see these 2 Stalkers going up the ramp, and Marines will instantly turn to fight against this. A grenade goes down. The Stalkers are going to be pushed away super quickly here. More Prism coming forwards as well from Hush. Marines again, we're going to see what else is up. Reaper does go down pretty swiftly, as these 2 Widowmines are going to boost in towards the main base. Stalkers coming forwards, and these Marines are in trouble. You see how many Stalkers there are now, and INnoVation has to start recognizing, I think, that he is in maybe a little bit of trouble if he isn't very careful here in the near future. Picks off 2 Widowmines. Mothership Core will come in and fight against those now. There wasn't a pylon in position. Actually, with only the Mothership Core here, he'll lift up, and he'll use those again later. So INnoVation potentially get more damage done. The tank is going to come in now as well. Now the Warp Prism is warping in a little bit more. The wall will definitely help a lot as INnoVation will sit here and defend. 14 worker lead. He can afford to lose a few SCVs. You can actually see the boost up in towards the main base. Look at this. INnoVation is so aware of the possibility of this. He's already pulled his tank up to the high ground. This tank is already here. Now a second tank coming out as well is going to help so much with this. As the Marine count isn't super high, but it's enough with the tank to kind of push these Stalkers back a little bit. Oh my god, units try and warp in, Adepts try and warp in, but they get killed instantly from the tank shot. That's actually a pretty big deal. Never thought about that now. And the fact that Adepts will die so quickly as they begin to warp in because the tanks just do that bit of extra damage. We can see Hush try and split up his units, but you can just see how quickly they're dying. These tanks are way too powerful, and INnoVation holds on against this aggression. GG. And that's going to be INnoVation taking game number 2. Best of 3 goes the way of him. And he is going to be taking a flawless